What's up, beautiful people? So in this video, Jesse Peterson debates Monique on the hierarchy of family. It's gonna be interesting. Let's get to it.
So is your husband the head of you?
Say that again.
Is your husband the head of you? God in Christ, Christ in man, man over woman, and woman over children.
Oh, that's so good. Yes, my husband is my king. He is the king of the castle.
Right on. What being a Oscar-winning actress, you're a worker, you know how to be independent. What is it like to have a man that's the head of you? You can look up to and admire.
Jesse, that's a great question because it's an honor.
Yeah.
And it took me.
Now I love her response so much. I love it so much. We've seen or we've brought different videos where people argue. These are people not even nearly as successful as Monique, but they keep arguing, saying no, the man is not the head. We're equals, we're this, we're partners. I've heard different tones like that and different terms like that.
Look up to and admire.
Jesse, that's a great question because it's an honor.
Yeah.
And it took me a minute to get there because I was that independent, empowered Black woman that couldn't nobody tell me nothing. So it took me a minute to understand that I did have a king and that I had to understand the order of the relationship.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful that he was patient enough and loved me through.
I was going to ask you about that. How did he deal with that when you were on the ego trip before you were able to let the ego go and follow the order of God?
Well, we've been best friends since 10th grade, since we were 14 years old. So we were best friends before we were anything. And he's the one person that can have a conversation with me that most cannot because he's been knowing me since I was a little girl.
Yes.
So he was able to talk to his friend. And that's how I was able to let go of that ego because he was dealing with his friend.
Right on.
And he was saying things to me that it was taking me to my knees, Jesse. Okay? It was taking me down to my knees, Jesse. I was like, don't tell me the truth about myself like that. Now I can't, my ego can't stand that. But I'm so grateful for it because it helped me to grow. It helped me to love, so I'm grateful for those moments.
This is one of the primary problems with Black men and women today, that order is broken. When I was growing up, Black men and women did not mind. They loved living that order of God in Christ, Christ in man, man over woman, woman over children. Women love being women, men love being men, and they did what they're supposed to do. And then that order broke and everything went to hell in a handbasket. And I firmly believe, without a doubt, if men were to come back to their natural state of being and bring that woman out of that ego hell, we could have an amazing Black community again.
Well, I think that it goes both ways. And I'll say, for me, right? I grew up in both my parents. My parents were married for over 50 years.
Yes.
But I watched my parents be in prison with one another.
Yeah.
Though they were together, the picture looked good,
Yeah.
but behind the doors, I watched these people be in prison to one another. And so a lot of us, Jesse, we don't know order.
Right.
A lot of us don't even understand what that is to get our community back to it. And
I don't know. Like, I've known Monique for some time now, but I haven't really heard or seen her speak about her personal life. This just makes me love her more, I don't know, 1,000 times more. This is just incredible. This is beautiful. How she addresses the interview, addresses the questions, and her viewpoints are just excellent. Excellent. I think this is perfect. This is the best video I've seen today, and I've seen a lot of videos today because I've been reacting to a lot, but this is the best so far.
we're so afraid now of being vulnerable and being open and being broken to be rebuilt.
Yes.
Because the message that's being pushed out there is be independent, be empowered, be a boss, boss up. Well, we're taking that home to our families and we're taking it home to our husbands. And in my humble opinion, when you got a real black man, he ain't falling for the boss up.
That's right.
So And when you got a real black man, he puts his queen in a position where she don't want to boss up. I love feeling protected. I love feeling that with that man, everything is okay.
Yes.
So it goes both ways. And a lot of us in our community, we haven't been taught how to love. We haven't been taught how it should be in a relationship. We've not been taught those fundamental principles and values. So we got to go back to just the basics.
Right.
When women look down on you for loving your husband and obeying him and being right with him, how do you deal with that when they look down on you for that?
I don't waver. And I got big shoulders for a reason. I'm okay if they look like they can look however they want to look, but I'm looking in his eyes and he's looking in mine.
Right on.
And what I'm saying to those sisters is, sisters, it works. I know what we've been sold and I know what we've been told.
Yeah.
And I know the images that we see. However, it really works when you allow somebody to love and you learn how to love back. It really works. So for those sisters, I don't take it personal. I understand it.
That was beautiful. Oh my goodness, that was so nice. Let me know what you think about that. Now, that's Monique, very successful actor, comedian, and whatever. You can give a lot of titles and tags, but she still understands the order. A lot of people, younger people, argue about this. And it's like, you haven't even experienced life. You're not old enough. You haven't been successful enough. You're arguing about this. Are you going to, go argue with Monique there, right? Go argue with her. Yeah, that was so beautiful to hear. And I like the fact that she's not afraid to say that, especially on the media today, that, you can get smoke every single time. In my comment section, I'm sure I'm going to get smoked. There's going to be a few people coming to tell me that I don't know anything about marriage or relationship, blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't. You teach me then. Come marry me then. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
I made this bet on my own, bet on my own.